guys, it's Catherine from the Whitewood Historical Museum. It's 80s week here at the museum, and so for Crafty Creations, we decided to do a fun 80s craft. For this one, you will probably need to order a kit from Amazon. These are Shrinky Dinks that we're going to make today, and I'm going to walk you through the process. So in your kit, you should get some plastic sheets. One side will be frosted, and the other side will be a shiny side. When we go to decorate our sheets, we're going to want to color on the frosted side. And then, depending on the kit you can get things like keychains to make keychains out of these, buttons, or even some earrings. So let's get started. So I have pencil crayons. They ask for pencil crayons. I recommend you stick with pencil crayons and not try and use any other medium when you're trying to do it. Again, you're going to want to color on the frosted side, not the shiny side, and you're going to want to make it quite big. So if you want to look here, this is a keychain that was made, and this was the size that it was when we drew it out. So you see that it shrinks quite a bit. So you're going to want to draw it larger rather than smaller because it will be shrinking. Okay, so let's get coloring. This is backwards, so you might need to do some planning in advance, but now we're going to cut it out and hole punch it. This is important you do this before because once you're done, it's going to be a hard plastic that's going to be hard to cut out. So think about what you want your edges to be. So if you come and see really close on this keychain here, on this side I have rounded out edges, but this side I didn't. So I have sharper edges. They're a little bit obviously sharper, so you might want to think about that in advance. Okay, so now we're going to want to cut this out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Here, I'm now going to hole punch it. Again, remember to do this beforehand. So I want my keychain to hang from right here, so I'm going to hole punch it right here. Remember, this is going to shrink, so you might want a little bit of depth to where your keychain is, because when it shrinks down, then you'll have a little bit more of a solid base so that your keychain, it doesn't rip and pull apart. So now we're going to put this in the oven. So you're going to want to look at what the instructions of your Shrinky Dinks say for what you should preheat the oven to. But ours say somewhere around 325, so that's what I'm going to go preheat my oven to before you put this in. While you preheat your oven to 325, you're going to want to find either a baking sheet or some wax paper will work just fine. Okay, so let's go preheat the oven. So I'm kind of low on the ground because my oven's kind of down here. But we're gonna now put it in now that my oven's ready and preheated. Of course, remember to be safe, and kids, you should have an adult doing this. So I'm gonna pull this out. I'm going to put my wax paper down. And then I'm going to put my Shrinky Dink down on top of it. And then I am going to put it in the oven. So now, it happens pretty fast, so you're gonna wanna watch what happens. And now I'm going to pull it out. Again, kids, you should have your parents doing this. Once it comes out of the oven, you're going to want to not touch it. A, because it's hot, but B, because you want to make sure that it hardens flat. So if you do touch it, you have a chance of it rolling. And again, if you're looking in the oven and it's starting to roll upon itself, don't panic right away because sometimes it will unroll itself and then sometimes it unfortunately might roll upon itself, and there you will have to try and redo it. Okay, so now let's go add this to a keychain. So we're gonna take this ring, we're gonna pull it apart. We're gonna put our Shrinky Dink on there, as well as our keychain, and then we're going to push it together. Okay, and then we have a nice keychain. So that's how we make Shrinky Dinks. Thank you so much for joining us to make Shrinky Dinks. As always, be sure to check out the Whitewood Historical Museum.